everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder as we work our way through more of the upgrade characters. And again, the first part here covering all the different fighting men as a sort of a subcategory. Moving on from the officer, which was our first video, and taking a look today at the master gunner, which really is probably one of the best that you can get out there. Sitting at 6 points, and basically, as you might suspect from the name, these masters of artillery train their gun crews to fire faster and more effectively, and really, who's going to say no to that, right? More shots, more pew pew is going to work well with whatever cannons you're fielding. So, now, unlike the officer, which can basically go everywhere and be in any faction, this one cannot be for any Native American factions, and specifically restricted to units that have either artillery crew or expert artillery crew. So keep that in mind. Has a pretty limited command range, but really, he's there to buff that crew. So just a command range of 3 inches, and does come with that all-important extra command point, which again, he's really going to use to buff his own unit. And that is may give a reload action for artillery as an extra action. So you can already see the applications of this where, you have this guy helping out on like a naval vessel, right, making cannons go faster as far as the reload goes. But even should you take like a field artillery piece, right, and put that down, now you're going to be delivering ideally more shots over the course of a game. So who's to say no for that? And really 6 points, yeah, it's a couple of guys usually in like a regular unit, maybe just like one or so, 1 or 2, depending on the veterancy and all that. But well worth it if you're already investing the points in an artillery crew and a cannon of some sort, right? Now, he does have a special rule as well, expert artillery crew. So we're not going to separately cover that in this one, but already a fantastic ability there. So well worth those points. And then the extra ability. So, and this is always nice too. So the unit this character is attached to receives a -1 bonus when rolling the test for the initial hit or the initial shot with artillery. So he's already going to make your crew more accurate, and then that command point over time, if we can apply that multiple times throughout the course of a game, right, we're going to reload faster, and ideally, again, maybe get some extra shots off for the game. So if we can protect that artillery crew, or whatever guns we're manning on a ship with him nearby, right, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And on a ship, right, where we're going to have more cannons more closely packed together, that 3-inch command range will actually help out as well. So all in all, one of the best ones to get if you're going to be running any artillery, right? There's really no downsides to him. 6 points is, I think, well worth the investment. And obviously the restrictions aren't really restrictions in that sense, because obviously, like, we're buying him to improve our cannons, our artillery. So the fact that he's restricted to units that have that is not really a downside, because that's where he would go. You're not going to buy a master gunner and then stick him in a close combat unit or something, right? So really don't take their unit restriction here as like a downside. Now, there are some forces out there that don't necessarily have access to that, so that is where that could be a little bit rough sometimes, but a lot of forces, a lot of factions will have that. The command range doesn't need to be longer than that, because again, he's going to be improving his crew by and large. The command point is relevant, the special rule is relevant, and then this extra ability is absolutely phenomenal, right? Not only can we focus on getting more hits or more shots throughout the game, but likely with that buff, we're going to hit more often too. And right, we got to hit so we can cause damage. So all in all, fantastic character. Let us know, guys, in the comments, any memorable games where you have had the master gunner, or have you had some where he really wasn't effective? But I would suspect there's probably been some memorable moments for those who've fielded him in some crucial games, whether it's casual or tournament. Let us know. Hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe, and we'll have more for you soon. Thanks for watching.